That should be around 300 divine. Oh, oh, the frigging stupid thing sold. And the loss I experienced there is, at obscene levels. Oh, the Wrathpit Globe sold. Finally, man. I had to cut the price down so much. Okay, so we have about 10,000 divine. How much is the mirror? Divine. Okay, 9,000. That is the highest that it went, right? It went to 9,000 about 2 months ago. Yeah, now it's back there. I'm gonna wait for the season release thingy. Don't really think I wanna buy another at 9,000. So what is the situation for us? Our temple energy should be, nearly depleted. We were about 500 divine short. Yes, we were actually 400 divine short. Okay, so what's the situation here? These are all locked, which means we can do a run now. So we can do 2 runs, which means we'll be short, in the worst case, like 4 runs. Okay. No divine? That's rude. Let's see if we get the guy from yesterday. I wanted to take him for a run. Yesterday we didn't have the time. If he drops by, we can take him for a run. Well, finally that's sold, eh? I'm glad that I'm rid of that last bit. I think I had it for more than 2 months. Yeah. And one of the things that made me give up the game. Yeah. And the trade basically died, so. And also, I was a little bit sick of the temple. I also got to, my goals of like 20 meters. It's interesting that the mirror's price is going up, though, right? It's a little bit confusing to me because it is going to go down, definitely, right? Because in standard it's like 1,500, 2,000 divines. Yeah. Need. Okay. That's it. Let's just keep it for the sake of the superstition of having 4 medallions. Hey, kill it. Yeah. So another beta patch. I think people should mass quit the game. Maybe they'll understand that. Yeah. So I wanna bring my regent up to Ascension 10. I don't think I will be playing afterwards. And you notice that they never even address it. Like it's not a serious issue. Notice that? No. There is zero word about when the live branch is getting a patch, if the live branch is getting a patch. It's just they keep patching the beta over and over. So I believe my regent is on 7 now, somewhere there. We were on 4, we did 4, 5, and 6, I think, so we should be on 7. So if I do 7, 8, and 9, I'll be done. I don't want to do it with the weak regent, but not really like I have alternatives. I know I don't want to take it on their terms at this point. Yeah. Not even a mention, yeah. So they are not like we've been neglecting you guys sort of thing, right? And even funnier is that they actually acknowledge that the beta branch is now an entirely different game, and they are, shamelessly separating the leaderboards for them because the beta is such a different game now. Excuse me, is someone forcing you to do that? Shameless. Now that the games are so different, we will have separate leaderboards for them. That is official patch explanation. Just take a look there. It will drain the blood from your veins for sure. Can I do that actually? No, not yet. So low. So this should be taking something in the neighborhood of like 2 hours. By the way, I had a thing. I had something to tell you. Let's not mention a ban and new people follow. We are used to it because of the stupid bots, but that guy just could have left, right? Yeah. Wow, that's a nice amount of divines. I would love it if the temple could send me on my merry way with, a parting gift. A lock or a mirror. The wow. The wow. Let me do this, I guess. When I'm playing way too many RPGs at once, sometimes the muscle memory kicks in and you make a lot of mistakes. I'm trying to dodge in Diablo 3. I'm trying to teleport in, Torchlight, whatever, right? It's funny. I mean, there is a blink sort of effect in Torchlight. I also couldn't make up my mind up about Torchlight. So, we have about a week until the season comes. So, I do have the time to learn, but I'm not very sure if I want to invest the time to learn because, as I said, it's awful. You have to struggle a lot. So, in that week, I should be learning how to make a build, I guess. Yeah. So normally an idea could be, filling that time until Diablo 4's expansion gets released with Slay the Spire. However, I don't think I am going to take this on their terms. I'm just planning on getting all of my characters to Ascension 10, for the sake of personal completion satisfaction. Not gonna play it ever after. I mean, until they patch. I know if I didn't love the game, I definitely would have uninstalled it by now. Yeah, I think their behavior is terrible. Because it's not like this comes at no cost, right? You have to delete all of your progress. You have to delete all of your unlocks. I mean, we are not being paid for this, right? And we do not have hundreds and hundreds of hours to sink into your game. Why are you erasing my progress? Why do I have to do it all over again? Why do my runs not get stored in the run history? Right? Because when you are playing on the beta branch, it's something else. And so I wanna take a look at my previous runs and see how the improvement is, right? If you are playing on the beta branch, you will not be able to do that. But also playing on the live is frustrating as well because you are getting cards that were buffed, but they are not buffed for you, right? Regent is very weak because most of the nerfs. So you also can get cards that are nerfed, right? So you can be more powerful than what the game allows you to be. So first of all, that's not going to help because they will be eventually nerfed, and you are just creating a incorrect experience sort of. Yeah, pretty tiresome. Yeah, I mean, doesn't feel a real win when you are using the cards. And the thing is, most of the cards that are nerfed are, you know, nerfed because of, going infinite purposes, which I have never done, right? I have like 50 wins in the game and from across all difficulties, and not one infinite. I don't think I even came close. So, for example, Glow being nerfed into draw one and draw one the next turn instead of draw two, etc. They don't really matter to me too much. Yeah, we have some real changes. Skulking Colony goes down to 75 HP, which means he can be killed in 5 turns now. Burdonis goes down to 90 from 99. Yeah, Act 1 was a little bit too hard. They are trying to fix that. Now, the stuff they do is okay. I mean, the game is going in the right direction, but it's just not going anywhere in the live branch. That's the problem I have. And when do they do a faulty nerf, they are not embarrassed to take it back, which is good. So, for example, last week they ruined Speedster, right? That is the power that the Silent has that deals damage when you draw additional cards, and they made it absolutely unplayable. And this week they just take it back, right? I mean, that's how early access should be. Early access's beta is something else. Yeah. They made it into one damage, right? That's just not acceptable. I mean, playing a 2-cost power that does virtually nothing in the turn that you play and the turns thereafter if you can't draw additional cards. And when it does something, it does 1 damage AoE for every card drawn. Wow, big deal. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So now it deals 2 damage in both forms, but the upgrade becomes innate. I think the upgrade should be, 1 energy. That would be better. I'm not very sure, I would like to have a 2-cost power innate, in a lot of my decks. I mean, unless you have some sort of first turn energy mechanics, 2-cost power becoming innate can actually be harmful, I think. Okay, so hold on. Let's just check this. With, divine going lower and lower in value, maybe this is worth a little. It was about the divine when I stopped taking these. Maybe a lot of people have stopped picking them, so they are more valuable now. We'll see. Is this number real? 75 already? Whoa, that's a decent amount actually. Would this be one of the rare 100 divine runs? Probably not, but they are really very rare. No needs on tippy, and that Smithy being empty reduced our chances of hitting 100 divines in a single round by a lot. Ibikoppala. Okay. Don't let all the divines drop at the same moment. What's going on? 0? 3 rooms in a row, not a single divine. Yeah, take a look at the entitledness level we have reached. Actually, 4 rooms. Excuse me? No, I don't think I have seen this many times. What? Did I turn the filter off? No, still on. I haven't seen that in quite some time, yeah. That many rooms in a row. I don't want to say I never saw. I think I did a few times, but yeah, it's pretty rare. Especially when it's the good rooms. Yeah, so I jinxed it. So now it is mighty unlikely that we see 100. Maybe we can see 90. That's a little bit more like it. But I think too late for 100. But 90 is within the realm of possibility. Now last Smith has to do good. Okay. So 90 is happening. That's for sure. It's a bit like a Christmas present when the armories drop something, because normally they have so little in the number of monsters inside, you don't really get anything. Okay, so that's 90. This is obviously one of the better rounds. Reek of stupidity has been called. Shots fired. Something in the 93 neighborhood, I'm guessing. Quite barren rooms. Wow. Whoa. Such high variance in this round. Right, some rooms give like 5, 6, and some rooms just 0. We are actually ending the round without getting a single divine, eh? In the last like 10 rooms. Wow, so weird. Wow. So barely 90. Okay. It is what it is. Not one. Interesting. Okay. So let us pull that temple. Where is the temple thingy? All right. Close. Protect. Protect. He attack. He protect. I'll do this. It's a bit of a spoiled behavior, but let's do it. I love not carrying a single identify scroll. Alright, so this is going to run us out of energy. We have like 3 rounds left after this, so we'll go farm a little bit of energy. And then we'll come back and finish it. Why is that guy hitting so hard? Okay. He had a divine to give, that's why. Interesting enough, guys, so much play time, and I have gotten 0 mirrors solo. Yeah, I got 3 mirrors in total, and all of them were in group play. Okay. I got 16 locks I believe like 12 of them were solo play and 4 of them in group play. Yeah, something like that. I'm sure about the number of blocks I have gotten, but I am not very certain about how many of them were in a group play and how many of them were in a solo play. Yeah. Okay, that's not done. Yeah. Let's get this done and then we'll see about bringing our regent up to Ascension time maybe. And they are getting art on the beta branch for ancients and whatnot now. Yeah, it's insane. We are not even allowed to get the art. That's still not usable. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. What a beautiful build. I'm sure this build will be destroyed next season. Not getting the head on today. Yeah, it's insane. I think that's why I know a few people that get annoyed by this, like you and me, right? I had some reaction on the YouTube as well. I wouldn't have liked this even if they gave us full access to everything, Ascension 10, all of the unlocks on the beta branch. Yeah, as I said, I am planning on hitting Ascension 10 with every character, and then I will not be playing. No, I would have deleted the game right now if I wasn't a big fan. I think they deserve it. So, how do they think, people should dedicate their entire time to our game and our game only? Because if you imagine, climbing to Ascension 10 on all characters is something that would take, in the neighborhood of 100 hours. And, I am also assuming some level of skill on the side of the player, right? 100 hours is actually a little bit fast. And the second time you do it around maybe 80, 70 hours, something like that though. And 70 hours is actually pretty optimistic. So we have to invest another 70 hours at the minimum on the beta branch as well. Why? And as I said, even if they give us full access on the beta branch, right? Every unlock, every character on Ascension 10, I still wouldn't be happy about that. Right? I like my runs being stored in the run history, right? So on the beta branch, of course, it's going to be separate, and it's not going to get stored there, right? So I want to take a look at, what I did. I want to take a look at my win rate and whatnot. Yeah, I think it's very entitled and, really disgusting behavior on their part to assume that. So you played a little, right? Like 40 hours and you have made some progress. Erase it if you want to have access to all the changes we are making. Excuse me? It's not like the people on the beta pay extra. We are paying the same money. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, but it's not the real deal. It's gonna get wiped when there is a new patch. I mean, it is, but it also isn't. What do you think will happen to beta branch progress that you have? No, I would have been okay with. So I don't think it should exist, first of all. But I would have been okay with like a 1 week, right? Because, for example, they patch something, they introduce something that's breaking the game, right? People get very frustrated. So they are trying to save the people from that, right? And that is understandable. But, yeah, and I did say this in my video. You'll see when you take a look. But I don't know. I don't understand. Are the people in beta, they are art critics? Because we are not even worthy of receiving the art. We are not worthy of receiving the VFX. So we have to take a look at, art that is done in paint, where the lords and ladies that play the beta branch get the real art. We don't have the, bound, ringing, that sort of stuff. Statuses applied to you by enemies, right? They have the visual effects for them. We don't. We have hand-drawn garbage. So what is the problem with, implementing these on the live branch? The new art, right? And the changes that have been there for a month that have never been reverted, like making relics at the shops 25 gold cheaper. So every time I, go to a shop, I get triggered. Because I know those relics are actually 25 gold cheaper. And for me, they aren't. And, it's frustrating on all levels. So if you get cars that are buffed, right, you will be playing the weaker version, and that's annoying. If you are getting cars that are nerfed, that's going to be annoying as well because you won't be able to do it. Not that there are too many, right? I was talking about this a few moments ago. I think you weren't here. I mean, most of the cars that were nerfed as part of the infinites. So, for example, Glow being nerfed into draw 1 and draw 1 next turn, that is not much weaker than draw 2. It's a little bit weaker, but not too much. I mean, there are two relatively important nerfs now. Acrobatics has been made into an uncommon. That is pretty important. And the Sly card that gives you block has been nerfed as well, 2 times. But all in all, in the beta branch, we are actually much stronger. The enemies have been nerfed quite a bit. The cards have been buffed quite a bit. Yeah. Okay. Yes, we can grab that part. So, are you going to play Path of Exile in the new season? You were telling me something about getting the game via some point system. I mean, maybe it would, but at this point, I'm just refusing their entire premise. And as I said, I do like my runs in my run history, right? Years later, I want to be able to take a look at my old runs and chuckle. And I'm not very sure if you could, because one of the Ascension levels is different now. There are a lot of cars that are different. If you would try to override your save there, it might it might get corrupted and not work. Maybe have to try, I guess. But there are a lot of changes now. So, for example, in your version, Shatter will have beta art and Shatter actually has real art. That mismatch could cause a problem. I'm not very sure. Yeah, now we have separate leaderboards. That's they even acknowledge it themselves. The games are now wildly different. Right? Tons of changes on the beta branch. Okay, that guy had a vertex in him. Nice. I did a trade yesterday just for the heck of it. Casual 100 divine profit. And normally, that would be a huge deal, right? 100 divine profit with a single trade is actually very good. Yeah, I mean, so as I said, I want to get my characters to Ascension 10, all of them. Only Regent remains. I'm on 7 there. Maybe we get this done today and switch to the Regent. So I have to do 7, 8, and 9. But Regent of course is the most frustrating one because it is much weaker than it is on the beta. Even the starting card got buffed, right? I don't remember a single instance of a starter card being buffed, even in Slay 1. I have heard of something that, the Watcher's Calm card, I believe it was called Vigilance. I have heard that Vigilance was a little bit different and it got buffed, but it's not actually buffed, right? It was redesigned. So I believe it was just entering Calm and doing nothing else, no block, no damage. So they made it into a 2-cost that gave block. So if that's true, that is the other starter card that received a change up, but that's not the same, right? It wasn't so weak that it needed to be buffed. It was not working very well, so it needed to be redesigned. So, for example, I'm expecting Venerate will be redesigned as well. However, this one just got buffed, right? +1 damage on a starter card is actually an insane buff, I would say. Because, it's not like buffing Adaptive Strike or whatever, right? This is a card that starts in your deck. So you go to your deck once, and that is literally 1 damage up. And how frequently that we are 1 damage off. Could be even more, of course. You go to your deck twice, it's gonna mean 2 damage, maybe even more, because of the vulnerable. Because the first falling star deals 7 damage, and if you are able to play it once more, which is not really very easy when you have vulnerable, it's gonna deal 10. However, the other one will do 8 and then 12. So that's actually a damage gap of 3. I mean, it's not really very possible for you to play that, but liquid memories. Yeah. And as I said, that is the first time, and this is including Slay the Spire 1, and they were So, you know, they learn to develop the game over time, right? So it was never bad, right? It was always a good game, but, you know, they have improved a lot from 2017 all the way up to here, right? And even then, we didn't have a, you know, starting card be buffed. And as I said, 1 damage is, I would say, rather big. And I don't know if you're taking a look at patch notes, but Burdonis lost 9 HP. Skulking Colon lost 4 HP, but that's actually pretty important. Why? Because he had 79 HP and he was not taking more than 15 a turn. Now he's 75, which is he can be killed in 5 turns. It's still going to be, you know, not easy to pull off because in one of those turns, I believe he gets blocked. And he also gains a relatively decent amount of block. So going through that block and dealing 15 could be a problem, but you know, it's still doable, right? Back then it was not doable. Hey Tolgacan, selam canım. Okay, so where are we now? 81. Wow, these runs are not really very similar to yesterday's runs, are they? We were getting like 80 by the end of the round. Yeah, I mean, lots of changes. Acrobatics is an uncommon now. Speedster has been buffed back, which, you know, I knew was going to happen. Yeah. So if sometimes a card is overperforming and you have to nerf it, you have to be careful with the nerf, right? I mean, you don't want to render the card absolutely unplayable. And, you know, this is not Hearthstone. Every class has a limited number of cards. We are getting a heal card on Ironclad. The first one. 2 cost heal for 10. Upgrades into heal for 13. And as you can imagine, obviously, it exhausts. Okay. Colossus will be upgraded into a uncommon. So the thing is, this card is a rare, right? The healing card is a rare. And in order to preserve the, you know, card pool, what they will be doing is they will be upgrading Colossus from a rare to an uncommon, I think, which is a big change, right? The vulnerable archetype in Ironclad is a thing now, because you will be able to get your hands on Colossus much more frequently. And they retired a card that was unplayable called Grapple, which was similar to Juggernaut. So, you know, long story short, Grapple has been retired. Colossus has been upgraded into an uncommon, and we got a new rare that heals you for 10, upgraded into 13. Yeah, Ironclad is the worst class by now. I think they are doing the right thing buffing it. Because, you know, it is missing several important core tools that it had in Slave 1. So strength scaling in the form of Heavy Blade, we don't have that. Also, I don't think we have Limit Break. I guess the new Dominate is somewhat similar. Not really similar, but you can get out of strength at it with it at once. And also, you know, no healing like Reaper. So I think that heal card is... What is this build? Cast on Critical Comet. Blood Mage. Okay, so we did... Yeah, these rooms have been mighty dry for today's runs. So that is 87 Divines. Not bad. Headhunter? Yes, Headhunter actually. Okay, good. Haven't been getting Headhunter in a while. 88. Even 90. Even 90. One more. Come on, that's 90. Limit break, right? Yeah. Okay, 90 Divines. Headhunter. I believe Vertex was from previous run. Okay. Berke, I have a guide on the channel. You can take a look. Okay, let's write this down. This run was number 162. I did get 90 again. Okay. And reached 10,000 divines. I mean, I was trading it just a little. Not really actively, but yeah. So I can get my 21st mirror if I want. But right now the price is a little bit inflated. I am waiting for the word for the season 5. And by the way, guys, I have heard something today. You know, when you generally start hearing stuff like this, it is generally true. So I think in some Chinese video, it was leaked that Jonathan was going to, tell us something by the end of April. People are saying a release at the end of April, but I don't think that we will be getting a release at the end of April. I think it's a little bit early for it. Okay, so actually I have not really too many of these, eh? Okay, so we are out of energy, are we? Okay. So how many do I need in order to reach my goals? 2 rounds is not going to be enough. We will need 3 rounds, and 3 rounds is definitely going to be enough. So I need 8 maps, I believe. No, they are not really printing money at this point. The game is pretty dead. But yesterday I was surprised. I opened Steam and it was 9,000 players. I was still 9,000. Wow. I'm surprised because, I actually saw 5,000 at some point. Okay, so what is this worth? Probably a little above 1. Oh, it's almost 2, really? That could actually be worth picking up. Okay. This is worth 4, I'm guessing. Whoa. Yeah, the game is not really very active, is it? Okay, so we need to... Let me grab the... So it's only gonna be a few maps. I don't wanna do the light radius respect thingy. Do I have it? Oh, I still do. Okay, I guess. So I was doing the temple with a little bit lower damage than I should. Okay, so what did I say? 8 maps or something like that? Yeah, yesterday we had to grind out of maps, sadly. These are all. Okay. So do we have any maps to do? Here's the question. Well, I actually have this. Okay. Hold up. Okay, we could do this. How much is this? No. How much is this? 39%, 32%, 36%. I mean, let's just get rid of these. And then we will do 39, 46, and 48. Okay. Hopefully I will not die here. I mean, I shouldn't. I mean, I really shouldn't be doing this with the light radius gear. I feel like I'm getting a punishment coming my way. So that is Doriani, right? Right now I'm asking for it, guys. And it's gonna be the waste of over 100 divine. Yeah, I'm gonna ask for it. So we want to get to the boss as quickly as possible because right now, as I said, I am playing with light radius gear. I shouldn't be doing this normally. And I wouldn't normally be doing this, but it's the end of the season. I'm acting a little bit spoiled here. Because if I go with the full build, there is no chance that I die, right? Almost none. Okay. Light radius is actually helping a little bit. Okay. I don't want to go to the abyss, I don't think. Okay. Maybe I would rather avoid the abyss. Oh, we have the thing here. I did forget about this. Yeah. We are also looking for this. Okay. So where is the exit? Somewhere over there. So guys, as I said, because I am a little bit weaker than normal, I just want to go to the boss. Okay, that's weird. That did look like the road to the boss there. That is not the general orientation of this map, but okay. I really don't want to do the abyss, if you don't mind. I mean, the abyss being forced down on me is absolutely unpleasant. Could I please be on my merry way? Thank you very much. Okay. For me. Okay, if you say so. Off you go. Face change, please. People. Off you go. Urwar. Bam! These were about 15 divine last I saw. So. Reduce replacement. Kilit nokta the comedian. Hold up. That's not the thing. Okay. So another map. So I can do this map again. That's why it was going to cost me a lot of divines. And now that we have found it, why not do it? Okay. So normally, I would never do this, right? If you tell me that I would do this, I would, laugh at you. So right now I'm doing this stuff in, light radius spec. Even a few of my passives are wasted in light radius gear. Whoa. And I would rather not die. Okay. Which shrine is that? Okay, that doesn't help at all in the boss fight, sadly. Boo. Head on. Okay, we found it. So we managed to do it without dying. That's nice. The boss should be very easy itself. Bam. Yes, people. So let me try to go to the energy thingy. Yeah, this map is a little bit big. We actually missed the energy by a hair there. Let's go. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, that's going to give us access to the temple, so that is 1 out of 3. So we need 6 more maps. So how much are these? Let's take a look. And the best part about these is that you can sell it through the thingy. Whoa, 23? Excuse you? What the heck? Yeah, people are not playing. So the thing is, guys, the people that are doing the temple are playing, obviously, but the people that are not doing the temple are not playing, so these have been skyrocketing. Whoa. The hell. That's a bit expensive. Okay. So we need to do these maps. I guess I can skip one of these. 23. Woo. Okay. Because what I'm doing is, because I have a lot of light rays, as you can see, a lot of the map is revealed to me, so I can see the thing, from further away, right? And normally it would be a mean thing, but yeah, it works. I don't think we have a lot of maps to do actually, so I kind of will have to complete some of these maps. I guess I can do those. Indeed, indeed. So the people that have the temples are playing, but other people are not playing. So people are not farming, citadels. People are not farming breaches, and that's why everything went up a lot in price. Yes, we can just do these maps. Doing these 4 maps should be enough, I think. Someone came up with an interesting version of this build. Well, not actually this build, but Kirit, do you remember me talking about Temporalis? The thing that allows you to go blink, 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 blink. Reduces the cooldowns by a flat amount rather than a percentage. So, they have come up with a extremely hard to do version of this build. Not this build exactly, as I said. So they were able to blink 11 times a second. No joke. 11 blinks a second. But probably around 50 meters or so. I mean, the items are all insane. And on top of it, there are some limb modifications that you can get from the temple. They also have those as well. But yeah, 11 blinks a second. Travels about 60 meters per second. A bit of a superhero. 200 kilometers per hour. I guess we'll do this while we are here. not really necessary, but why does it not show? Come on, man. I wish the fellow from yesterday shows, because I want to take him for a run, and these probably will be the last few runs that I ever did. So if he shows in about an hour, maybe I can take him for a spin. These are the last few energies that I will ever be farming. I think, I have been saying that, and some other stuff has been coming up, but I'm really thinking that these will be the last. Boo, 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 boo. All right. So the last energy round that I'm ever doing, hopefully. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Bam. So after this, I will teleport to the temple, and if I see 12 energy there, that will be enough to get us to 30,000, and yeah, we will be retiring from this business, I think. Our last map is an annoying one, sadly. Could take a while to find the energy. Come on. Okay, let's take a look at there. Now I think I'll finish. 12, okay. Okay, so let's get back to the original. Okay, let me also redo this garbage. This is additional light radius. I have gotten this for light radius farming, then I forgot, which is actually shaving quite a bit of damage. Okay, that's done with. Also, let's also revert the gear. Okay, we have sold the thingies, I think. Oh, it's the thing that sold for 2. Okay. Not the other thing, but that thing. That actually is somewhat worth picking up now. Cultivational, these are for some reason low in value. I'm just gonna go for 4. I'm not gonna sell it for 3.5. These are gonna sell at some point, I think, if they wanna do the arbiter. So we are nearly on 29,800, and extremely lucky 2 runs can get it done, but I don't think so, right? I will have to go over my personal best in both runs, or I would have to get a partner. See? So what I'm expecting about season 5 is, guys, at the end of April or thereabouts, an announcement and release in about 2 weeks or so. It's also a little bit of wishful thinking, because I don't really like them being released so close to Diablo, because in 15 days, for example, if it's the middle of May, that will have elapsed about 15 days after Diablo 4's release, and things will have slowed down a little bit. So I will not be done because I'm going to get 100% achievements in Diablo 4, and that will take some time. But at least the first release frenzy will have died down a bit in me and in the world. So in the in the Vessel of Hatred, they did put up some really bad achievements, and I'm expecting no less in Lord of Hatred as well. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully not too much hardcore stuff. I'm actually quite afraid of playing hardcore, but I feel like I will have to. One can only hope that the Warlock is going to be OP beyond logic and reason in the first season, so you can get hardcore stuff done. Because if Spiritborn wasn't as OP as it was, I probably wouldn't have gotten the hardcore achievements done. I even have Pit 150 solo on hardcore, which is not even an achievement. It's a bit of strength. Yeah, even got that done. So powerful. So the fellow from yesterday, if he shows up, has about 1 hour to accompany my final round. I'm so annoyed that the YouTube is stuck on 1,349 people for weeks now. At some point we saw 1,350, but someone unsubscribed after. Yeah. Okay, let's go. So that's luck, that's not luck, obviously. We'll have to see how it goes. And go. Yeah, I was always thinking about 30k. So, I'm getting a little bit intimidated with the torchlight shenanigans. So I don't really like gacha games. There is also that. There is just more guidance. You have to work it out all by yourself. Constantly, you have to take a look at guides and whatnot. Yeah. I'm a little undecided. And the release is actually on a perfect date. It's almost 1 week from now. So it is a nice thing to keep us busy while we are waiting for Diablo's expansion. By the way, this is so weird, guys, when you think about it. I'm casually grinding the amount of divines, in a few runs that I have in my entire Path of Exile lifetime in other seasons. Right? Season 1, 2, and 3, I don't have 500 divines to my name there. And I'm just grinding 500 today. will be like a little bit of fish out of water when the season hits. Let's get done with this. Maybe, as I said, we can do a Region 7 run while getting very salty about it. Okay. Side chain is done. $8. We still cannot use Zantipe. Interesting. Okay. I didn't kill it. I don't know if you noticed, but later in the night we actually did hit some numbers that are bigger than normal for us. Like we had 10 people on Kick and something similar on Twitch. Yeah. But I recall that we actually had higher numbers with Slay, but yeah, I'm just refusing to play at this point. I mean, I will be doing a run after this, but just to get all characters to 10 at some point. Hopefully the guy from yesterday drops by. I wanna show how good the run is. It will probably be his only chance to experience this because this is getting retired. We don't know anything yet officially, but as I said, it cannot remain in this capacity, that's for sure. Because no one would do anything else. The economy would be forever screwed. I would have liked to hear the mirror alert one more time before I go, hopefully. Oh, another headhunter, okay. 2 rounds left. Wow, another red hunter. That's so frequent. Okay, so that is the first one. Yeah, okay. I would rather really not lose my temple. Now I know it's not there to stay, but as I said, so much effort went to it. I would like to close the season with it still intact. Another one. Printing money. Doesn't do anything. Okay. Nice, one more. Okay, we got a Rathpith. I'm so glad that Rathpith sold. I had it for like 2 months, yeah. And the loss is insane there. I bought it for much, much higher, yeah. I'm glad I'm rid of it though. Okay, die. 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 What's that crap? I guess we couldn't rain a comet on him. Almost there, almost there. Because it does feel weird when I think about this, but this is the last few times I am stepping in these rooms now, right? Most likely. Unless something special happens. Whoop. Not the literal last, but the last few times. Okay, it would be nice if we could get our hands on maybe like at least one more rotation medallion would be nice. So this just sold for 2, right? Just do it. I'm feeling greedy. I knew this would happen eventually. No, I thought at least. Because it is so much effort to grab that one, right? So I thought, people would let this go like I did. And because a lot of people would let this go, it would eventually become more valuable. Nothing, okay. And entering the golem symmetry chain for the last few times. It feels like the guy from yesterday is not gonna be on time. Degenerate. How does he know me? Where does he know me from? He called me a degenerate. Okay. It's done with. My last Ibiko Palas are being called. Ibiko Pala. If I recall, we weren't able to use the Zantipi just yet. Obviously, I'm not able to damage them, and I can't also go in. Beautiful design, beautiful design. I can't go in, they can't damage me, and I can't damage them. And you know, I just can't go in. It's blocked. Yes. I can't blink over them. This is really frustrating stuff. Why do we have drops in the previous room 1 million years after I clear them? Yeah, God knows. And we are almost done now. Almost. And there we are. So that is 73. Okay. So I don't think I can really protect that. I have to lose it. So, the one before the last round. So I am clearing these rooms. Two more times and that's it. Yeah, and of course, nothing is written in stone. Maybe I will get a few viewers and do a few runs in here, but most likely I don't think I will ever step in here again. Obviously, I'll still be doing Path of Exile videos because we will be getting the announcement of patch 05 at some point. Getting there, getting there. That's for sure. Getting these for the sake of the superstition of having 4 medallions. All right. Bam, bam. So I am finishing my side chain. Time before the last. Yeah. It does get one sentimental. I have so much playtime in here, guys. So much effort. This is, I guess, the proper goodbye. So getting started on my Garrison Spymaster chain. Time before the last. Dang. Getting sentimental. There's so much effort in here. So many redos. Waiting for these spy masters and whatnot. Okay. Another add-on. Wow. So many. As I said, one last expensive item would be very nice to send me on my merry way. So that means we have not lost our temple, because we have one more run to go, and we did get the protection medallions that we will be needing in that run. So yeah, I made it out of this season with my temple intact without having alerts for medallions for some reason. Yeah, it's an extremely rare bug. Not many people have it. Okay, so we can salvage this one. Also salvage this one. Only a very few people had it, and of course, because I'm guessing not many people had it, there was never a workaround or solution found. It's also not being patched, but I guess so. It made me lose a lot of playtime. I'm sure I lost more than an hour trying to find the ones that I have missed, or I actually missed out on quite a few maybe. But yeah, at least we got out of it. Our temple intact. Okay. Halfway. So I have 1.5 temple rounds left. So I am getting done with my Spy Master Garrison chain. Not the last time, but the one before last. And this is the hardest part of your temple when you are setting up your temple, because this is where you acquire the discipline to get it done, right? I mean, this is not literally the hardest part, but you are clueless, you are following some guide, and even then it's a little bit complicated, right? And it requires a lot of patience and determination to get it done. Yeah, you lose rooms and whatnot, back and forth. Yeah. And I had to let my temple die multiple times until I was able to get there, right? I did get done with my Spy Master, and I did progress a little bit more than I realized that my temple was gimped. I had to do it over again. Yeah, it was pretty terrible. Okay, so done. All right. And yeah, my Spy Master Garrison chain is done. One more time, so we are little above a run left. By the way, you have been getting really unlucky numbers. Maybe you might need more. Hopefully I won't need one more run. I would rather not. So let's count it down. 89. We are going for divine drops only. No, not similar drops, only divine. 88, 87, 86. I mean, it should be enough, but also if we are a little bit, just a little bit unlucky, I don't think it's gonna be. 85. We're grabbing these, right? For absolutely no reason other than greed. 85. Okay. That doesn't count. It feels like I am going to get forced into doing another run, which I don't want to. 84, 82. Okay. 81. Literal countdown. Come on, drop a few. I don't want to come back here once more. Okay, that would be 79. 78. 7. And then Smeagol will be free. 75. This should be enough, I think. Two. 70. 69, nice. Eight. I mean, if we get very unlucky, actually, we might need another run. Hopefully, we don't. Come on. So 68 is the final count that we have left. 67. Nice. One more. The end. Yes. 62. Okay, will I be? No, I will not be able to protect that one. Nice. I'm not gonna do my last run without the thingy. So let me put this in. Okay, so guys, last run. We need 67. Hopefully last run. Let's rock. The insides shuffle. If you say so. Let's go. So yeah, last time I'll be doing any of these rooms. 66. Coming in hot. Yeah, so that generator in there, we did it for the last time. Hopefully. $65. $64. They don't really affect the count. $63. $62. Come on. Hit me up. $60. 59. 8. Gimme. The grind is real. So this is, I think, the last command room I'll ever be in, hopefully. $55. So yeah, I don't think we will need the mid-run uninstall because it's gonna be quite towards the end. 54, 53. And we are finishing our side chain for the last time, hopefully. 52. Come on. Alright, we are done. Nice. Goodbye, my side chain. I will miss you. And hello, my Garrison Spy Master chain for the last time. 49 or something like that, I think. 8. 30,000 divine. Bang. Yeah, sadly, no parting presents from my temple. Oh, could actually do this. Let's do it after we get one more medallion, I think. Okay. 45, 44. Come on. Drop divines. And funny thing is, guys, perfect chaos actually are more valuable. But as I said, I want to get this done here. 42. Rubber banding very hard. I don't like it. Okay. I feel like it's not gonna have me be done with it, which I very thoroughly dislike. We are not getting divine. 39. Okay. 38. 37. I guess it heard me. Thank you. 36. I don't want the valuable Unix, just give me divines. I believe that does constitute 32. One. $29. Come on, come on. Getting there, getting there. Drop. Drop. Drop divines. 27. 26. Okay, that's good. That's some progress. 24. Good, good. Good, good. 3. 22, 21, and 20. Almost there. 19. will not have to come back here most likely. That idea was a little bit annoying. 14, I believe. 12. And on another side note, we are being done with our Spy Master for the last time. Spy Master chain. Yeah, this is actually a very bountiful run. I believe we are down to something like 7 here. And, you know, it was an unlucky run, we could not have been done. And instead of that, you know, we are actually getting a very high count here. And I immediately jinxed it. Yes. 6. And I believe that is the end of our Spy Master chain. Should be something like that. Is it? 5. 4. Was that mark 3? It does. 3. And yeah. So guys, done for my sweet Spy Master chain for the last time. Two. And is that 0? Okay. Let's see if it is. But Bayam actually miscounted. We beat 30,000. Very nice. Yeah, 30,000 is done with. It is out of the way officially. My last few temple rooms. So getting started with my final Golem Smithy chain. Yes, we did get started on our final Golem Smithy chain. Commander. Need, I'm guessing. Also is not needed. Ta-da! Another run, I believe, in the 90 neighborhood. Pretty good. So these are the last golem smithy rooms that we are ever in, hopefully. Kipolato. Do we need it? Actually, we don't. I don't think this time. And done. Yep, final smithies. Done. My last armory ever. Yep. And done. Finally, the last alchemy lab, which is a disgusting room. I hate it, but it's the benefits that it provides is pretty nice. You cannot get through without interacting both interactables and killing the boss. Yeah. So, last thaumaturge, corruption chamber, chain. And okay. And this is us done with our temple. Yep. Done. Nice. GG. I'm going to protect that one and close. So the final yield is 84 and we are at 30,017 divines. Okay, let's write this down. 84. And so my data set is 165 solo runs and 112 group runs, totaling 277 runs. The total yield is 30,000 divines. So you could, say, how is that equal to, what we have? So the way that it's equal to what we have is, first of all, this is, this includes the divines people have picked up in my groups and have given to me afterwards. But also, the divines I have picked up leading until the full temple are not included here, right? So the stuff that other people have picked up, etc., they kind of add up to like 35,000 divine. That's how it's a little bit lower. Okay, so let's also put these up for sale. Okay, so what do we have here? Not much. Okay, so these were 7 yesterday. Let me see. Yeah, could maybe get away with doing 8. 8. Vertex was 10 yesterday. Looks like we could get away with trying 11 here. Okay. These are, wow, the implicits are always a single charm slot. That's very awful, actually. Wow, it's still valuable, eh? Okay. So Wow, these actually have gained some value here. Okay. We can definitely charge. Let's try 9. Okay. So that's done with as well. And yeah, I'm guessing that will mark the season for us. I mean, I will come here every once and then to check, I guess. Not here. Yeah. And the mirror is, yeah, I'm not gonna do this. I mean, I'm not going to sell definitely, but I'm also not going to buy. I think the price is a little bit too inflated, and I think with the season's announcement, they will come down in price. I don't know how much, but you know, I will grab one more mirror. I have 20. I have 4 mirrors in the non-season in standard, and I have 20 in here. So you know, if I get one more, it's going to be a nice 25. Yeah, I will just you know, look at them and be happy. Okay, so these are selling for 2 each. Let's also do that. 3, 4, 6. These were about 3 each. 3, 4, 12. We can wait. No rush. And I think that's us done. 10,000 devices there. Yeah, game's mighty dead. Take a look at this guy's huge clan. There's not even a single person in here. I see our leader is coming and going, but all right. Okay. So I believe, yeah. So 789 with regent remains. Panic button is not bad. Here. I mean, can I do that? I'm not very sure that I can. I'll just say 3, I guess. That's not a nice starting bonus. Really? What is this draw, man? I think we can consider it now. So I don't want to draw the slime. I don't want to draw the strike. Yes, okay. And that's, of course, what happens exactly. Oh, these draws. buffed card, the main branch. I guess we'll have to take the Astral Pulse. The cheese is here. Oh no, thank you. I shall not take that garbage map. So also I also picked up the really bad path here. Yeah, mistake. Hopefully I will not be taking damage from this guy. And as I was saying that, I immediately got slapped in the face for 12. Whoa, that was a little bit sick there. Okay, sure about it. Okay. So the problem right now is we don't have enough stars. I'm going to go for the Solar Strike, I think. Okay, we do have a fight. Kind of would like. Okay, I guess. Button. Okay, so 30 HP. Okay. So how much? So let's say I go through my deck once, right? I start off with 3 stars. I spend 2, I gain 2. Suppose this is a very bad card to play. I gain 1 more and I spend. So I spend 5. I gain 3. I start with 3. So I can go through my deck the first time around, but I cannot through the second time around. I will have to give up on playing either of these. I don't think I can grab another Celestial Might. Can I? Try. Yeah, so I should have taken a look here. Okay, so what do I do? My journey ends here. Okay, that was a mistake. I actually dealt less damage than I should. Okay, so this is a little bit of a problem, this draw. So do I play a Venerate or not? If I draw the Astral Pulse before any of my star generation, then that's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's a complicated situation, eh? Okay. So if I do this, I mean, I am trying to save the gigantification potion. I could have used it and won now, right? Okay, so this was, I think, awful beyond logic and reason. Sheesh. Barely killed. Okay, I mean, we didn't die. There is that. Hidden cache. Yeah, we want that. Let's go heal. Okay, I mean, at least we made it out. But yeah, I should have been more careful with the pathing here, for sure. Okay, so we have as many stars as we would like. I'm taking 9 to the face. We got 0 defensive cards. Not 1. That's somewhat unfair. You know, a single defensive card and we would have taken much less. I'm not sure. Collision course. Do we want this? We want a collision course. Oh, Mango is nice. Okay, guys, so max HP is definitely a strategy to survive. Strong one, actually. Okay. Sadly, can't play the Astral Pulse, but now we have enough stars for everything, kind of. Okay. Okay. Choose a colorless. I mean, I could get a panic button. That's the only thing that I would be getting. Let's try, but I'm not very optimistic here. That's a decent upgrade, I think. That's also a really good upgrade. Try this. Okay, shop or fight? I'm gonna go fight, I think, because guys, fights are 1 max HP. Wasting the energy here is not pleasant at all. I mean, what is up with this 0 defense cards crap? I'm 1 damage short. 1. And this is so stupid. The waste is unreal. Elite. There's a really good chance that we die. So we are in the overgrowth and we fought the effigy. So we are either getting the bird or the gardeners. I'm gonna die here, I think. It's the bird. It's le bird. I'm not gonna do the panic button because we do have black already. That's 12. Pretty bad draw. Really impressive level of bad draws. Okay. Now I would like to inflict some damage on that guy. If you know, that's quite alright. If you don't mind, game. Thank you. Attack from my draw pile. I actually could. So, you know, I am killing him this time. For sure. Almost for sure. Okay. Okay. Miniature cannon. That's very powerful. Oh. 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 Okay. So Begone is nice. Radiate is also nice. Yes. Let's try Radiate. So the miniature cannon is... So Astral Pulse deals 21 AoE. So right now upgrades all of a sudden have become really important. Skill from my draw pile to my hand. So the skills in my deck are Hidden Cache and Defense. Okay. Okay. We need upgrades now. Okay, well, almost 100 HP at the end of Act 1, which is nice. No die place is good. Ish. But well, we kind of don't have draw, do we? Draw is a problem. So yeah, now the question. 35 HP. I mean, an upgrade would make us a huge amount of difference because not only we get the upgrade, we will also get additional 3 damage on it, on this skill, right? For example, the Celestial Might upgrade is huge, right? It becomes 8 times 3, which then gets improved to 11 times 3. However, we could also die, there is that. With the 2 potions, I think I will try to get away with it. The rest would have been a definite win, but as I said, okay. Okay, bad. No need. So the first turn start is pretty good. We could do this, I think. That's actually awful. It does give us Heirloom Hammer, which does do nothing. Okay, this is somewhat awful. Yeah, pretty bad. Now I wanted to capitalize on that vulnerable there and a little bit inflict a little bit more damage. Couldn't. Okay. So do I dare playing that panic button to sell to 12 HP? I think we should. Gets it out of the deck as well. But this turn we will have to take the damage in. Yeah. Doesn't do anything. Okay. Hold up. 21. That is 1 damage off again. Well, this is actually somewhat frustrating. Sheesh. So at least we have enough stars to play our stuff. Well, definitely copying the Omni Slice is good, I think. I'll take 2 more. So hopefully we should be coming out of this fight alive. Ultimate Defense saves us, I think. Okay, now he's gonna buff himself. No, he's still hitting. Okay, I didn't expect that. Why is he hitting? Okay, so now the question is, do we want this? Do we want to block for 12? Right. The thing is, if I make it out of this act, I'm gonna get healed a lot, right? So I guess we can do it on another turn. Now he's buffing, and we get a million defensive cards. This is, extremely frustrating. Yeah, thank you, game. So, any defense, any damaging card would have been, literally free because I don't have to block this turn. Yeah. Okay, so. And we do not have lethal. We do survive. 8. Off you go, sir. So guys, we saved our potion. Okay, so that's very good, right? Yeah, that's very good. We should go for it. Okay. Okay, we can start off with 6 stars at the beginning of fights instead of 3, which I'm not very sure that we are happy with. Okay, 4 potion slots filled with random potions. So we will have 6 potions. Okay. I like it. I'll go this left path, I think. Okay. All right. Do we want any potions in here? 17 block going to waste is a shame. Okay. That does immediately stun him. Good. Okay. Collision course. So the thing is, this deals 15 damage, right? Not 12. That's actually a mighty difference. I'm going to go for it. Yes. Okay, so enchanting an attack with vigorous 8 is also pretty good. Oh, good lord. Oh. Okay, that's absolutely insane. You have to do that. So this deals 19 times 3 now. 57 damage. Yeah, that's a little bit powerful. Yeah, I want panic button back, please. Glitter stream. I kind of like it. 13 plus 6, but we do not have any energy shenanigans, right? Any energy shenanigans. Big Bang gives us just 1. Yeah. Alignment. I mean, I need the energy, but I think Glitter Stream Plus is a nice card. Sweet Potion, actually. Hold up. I mean, I do have strength stuff. I'm guessing I should be dropping that one. Okay, remove 2 for the cost of 250. I'm going to go for it. Removing 2 strikes from the deck is beautiful. Okay. I'm also going to go for an upgrade because, guys, with the miniature cannon, upgrades are huge. So, for example, this will deal 7 damage for each star gain, right? So the upgrade is not adding 1 damage there, but okay, that's not really that good. This is pretty good. I'm going to go with Radiate, but we have to make sure that we are drawing on the right turn. Gold gain. Can we handle that relic? That curse? We got to 30k. Nothing unexpected there. Can I handle this? I feel like I could. Oh my god. More max HP? Really? Okay. Okay, okay. So we might want to do some shenanigans in here. Okay. Now that is good. But the problem is it's going to, give me a million days. What is that? Okay, let's think. I'm thinking about we could have a one shot or something like that here. So what happens if I do this? Flex potion. So that is sadly a lot of calculation is going to be required. But we could really one shot here or get at least very close. So falling star, that's 12 damage, right? Then we'll be doing this one, and then we'll be doing 18 6 times. That's 100. Oh my god. Really? By the way, guys, I didn't only kill. I waste like 70 damage here. Okay. Eternal Feather, really? I have infinite sustain. Okay, sure. I guess we want this. All right. That is buffed by 50%. And because I'm a peasant that plays the live branch, I have to play it at 10 gold. Yeah, not 15. Okay, I can do literally an absolute nothing. Good for me. I take 5. I guess I do. Okay, I have been a master of not throwing the Celestial Might here. That's going to hit me for 7. I guess. Wow, did I draw it? Really? So lucky. Liquid Memories. Spectrum Shift. Charge. Yep, beautiful, right? So we could consider charge. It would allow us to get rid of our stupid strikes. I would love some energy somewhere. So I can handle a lot of elites here. So any upgrades that are really important to me. Not really. I mean, I wouldn't mind Solar Strike or Heirloom Hammer, but or Falling Star because it will add a lot of damage. But we could also handle it. Right? We do have a nice bit of max HP with a ton of potions. We could just go for the elites. I'm gonna ask for it. Okay, this is obviously insanely good. I will. I will take my strikes, please. Okay. 23 block, 8, 14, 24. So we take 1. I will take 1. Okay. Okay. So that is lethal, right? Yep. Really? Okay, what do I wanna... So maybe playing the Solar Strike is actually better. Being re-weakened is of course pretty annoying. Okay, so that's gonna deal 6. We should have lethal. Okay, we got the potion back. Okay. These are pretty good stuff. 6 potion and a lot of HP generally tends to do pretty good. Nothing big. Nothing big. Nothing big. Yes. Of course. Your turn, sir. Boop. Alright, so that is quite literally lethal. Okay. On your way. Alright. Knockout blow. Blow. Cloak of Stars. So what are we suffering for? I'm not really very good at blocking, am I? Could get the cloak. Okay. It's the last fella of the season. Do I want to do the thing? I guess I could. Okay, that definitely wasn't bad. Okay, that also wasn't bad. Okay. Take 0 there, no die place. Enjoy. I'm doing random garbage here. I don't know what I'm doing, but it seems to be dealing decent damage. Okay, so you are dealing a nice bit of damage there, buddy. Okay, I do not kill you. And also I'll be taking a ton of damage. Liquid Memories is here to save us. So what can I do? It actually doesn't copy the debris. Just for your information. So Liquid Memories is a stronger potion. Maybe I should be doing the Sweet Potion, but that there is no absolute guarantee that would save me. If I draw the strike, it's not lethal. But feels like the superior potion, so I will try to keep it. Old coin. Reflect is definitely a thing. Charge. I'll take my double strikes and I'll get rid of them, if you don't mind. Okay, let's do the debris as well. For some reason we have the energy. So I take 3. If I only could inflict a little bit of damage there. Thank you, buddy, for showing your ugly face around. needed. Wow. 0 times 7, you say? That's powerful. Feels like my primal ancient experience in Diablo 3. Hidden gem. Late. A card, they are going to be 13 damage draw a card. Right? Pretty important. This is pretty bad. Solar Strike, I don't mind. So it has to be Solar Strike or Charge. Let's go for Charge. Do I want to put Heirloom Hammer on top? Not really. What choice have I got? Could also do this. I mean, it's not going to give too much, but it's going to give me. Okay. Scroll is actually a good card. I wasted Sovereign Blade by doing that. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. There is the Ascender's Bane and Strike. I mean, we have a lot of HP as well. Okay. Is that almost lethal? It is. That's still almost lethal, and the problem is it is almost lethal and not actually. Really? It's tiresome actually. Okay. Okay, keep in mind that we don't need to nuke him down because as soon as we kill this guy is going to get a lot of blocks. So let's do this first. Let's do this later. Funny. It actually works. I mean, 2 max HP relics alongside with the thing, okay? 19 coming to my face. I do have 0 stars, don't I? Solar Strike or Defend? I guess we can do Solar Strike. We do have the HP, right? Okay. We are going to be short there. Do I want to do the liquid memories? Do I want to do the... I want to spend this potion. I guess I'll sit on it. Okay, cosmic indifference, and we put. So we have a bit of problem, don't we? Okay, I was trying to say this, but the game was very adamant. Right? Okay, made me spend it. Bombardment. So we do have some energy shenanigans going on for us, but conditional, right? Mostly. I'm not very sure if I would be able to play the bombardment. It's a very nice card. I love it. It plays itself every single turn. You get 18, 18, 18 all the time. I'm guessing Big Bang is better. Okay. So we don't have too much draw, right? It's going to counter the Big Bang. It's going to counter the second Big Bang. It's going to counter the glow and nothing else. And also it's going to counter the charges, minion strikes. If we grab this. Random power. How many powers do we have? A nice, good amount of 0 powers. Okay, so that's not working. That one. So the last time I did this, guys, the random curses were the worst two in the game. Normality and regret. I got destroyed. So maybe do this and counter a few of my cards. So the glow becomes really bad. The charges are not that bad. They just become 0 cost, deal 13 without the draw. Not obviously very good, but yeah, let's go. Okay, we want to shop as soon as possible. That's our earliest convenience. We do have a ton of gold. Okay, let's go there. So how much is this? 24. Okay. Not that we really need, right? We have the boy here. Oh, that was actually a mistake. Didn't want to do that. I mean, I was trying to save my stars and some weird stuff happened and I actually played it. Okay, I guess helps that way. Bulwark. I'm not very sure with this unupgraded stuff. Okay, I hate this enemy. Pretty dangerous. And we have drawn all of our draw cards on the very same turn. Beautiful. And they don't do anything. I mean, I guess. Pretty awful. Cosmic indifference to draw what again? I'm guessing Astral Pulse. And my boy is a little bit shy. But generally, this amount of HP is pretty good to have. And at this point, I kind of need upgraded stuff, I think. Minion dive bomb. The boss is the door. And I guess I could use it to get rid of some cards that I don't need. I guess we don't play too many defensive cards at once. The 5 dexterity temporarily does not do too much. Okay. I could have 140 HP. However, I think that would hurt us. So the problem is that we are missing a ton of upgrades, but they would be hitting the useless stuff. Still go for it. Heirloom Hammer. No die place. And what else was it? It was actually pretty good. What was the last one? Cosmic Indifference, I'm guessing. Okay. I mean, yeah. So finally, we have reached the point where the damage that we get from Celestial Might is just not enough. Right? The guy is on 260, so hitting him more 50 does not do enough. Still, of course, pretty decent. Okay. Strike and Sanders Bane. Do I actually want to retain my hand? Which is definitely not bad. The block is gonna go to waste, sadly. But yeah, I think we could. Oh, one problem with it though. If I do that, I am going to waste draw. Right? I'm going to waste draw. But this does feel like it's gonna come in hand the next turn. Okay, let's waste a draw. I'm gonna waste 2 draw in here. But yeah, as you can see, okay, this doesn't draw. This doesn't draw either. This also doesn't. I guess we could do that. So we are not drawing there either. I mean, we are wasting our potions. So, we could even consider, probably not needed. Not drawing is a bit sad. Okay. It's actually hurting quite a bit, right? Not being able to draw. Seven times 4 is actually a lot. And we are permanently weakened. Yeah, pretty annoying. I dislike it very, very much. So we can't really properly defend. We can't kill. So 18 plus 15 is 33. On top of this, that's gonna be like 10 or 9, 13. This is gonna be 13 as well. So it's actually gonna be 9. So 33, 42, 45, it's not lethal. I don't think it's lethal even with an energy potion. Oh, this stupid fella. I mean, I am actually pretty triggered here. Yeah, very annoying. I mean, I kind of want to kill now. Thank you. Very generous. Okay. Forge 11. Probably not. Finally, the shop. X. Do we have X stuff? We don't, right? Whenever you spend stars, gain 2 block for each. That's also, of course, some sort of healing. Star potion is nice, I'm guessing. Strike goes. Two random skills. So expensive though. With this one, of course, the Big Bang is not that good. You've got another. Okay. Stick on this. With this. Okay. Okay. Double Big Bang, eh? Yeah, the game insults you on a really different level here. Beautiful. I'll do both curses if you don't mind. Thank you. Okay. That's lethal for once. Really? Okay. I don't think so. Why are we getting so much in the way of unupgraded stuff though? That's good. So if I take this shop, I will have to fight an elite for sure. I mean, I guess because the other way, I'm just gonna fight elite anyway. Okay, that's not possible, I don't think. So expensive, really. What's this? Upgraded colorless card. Whoa. That's also pretty good. I will remove my last strike, I think. Okay. Blue dot. I think this works because it does say start of your turn. I could get Rolling Boulder and sit on it. I could get Dark Shackles. Just go for it. I don't know. That red mask was extremely expensive though. Pretty tiresome. 92. What could we upgrade here? That's gonna make a lot of difference in damage. Okay, let's see what happens here. Why am I drawing both of them? Okay. Okay, so I have to kill it within a few turns. So this was very nice damage, but I will be able to keep it only for so long. So that means I can inflict vulnerable. So guys, this was nice. And normally this is actually a huge problem against this character. I'm getting through his artifact charges. Now he's gonna give us the burns. Yeah. Now he's gonna hit. Our damage output is lacking to say the least. Okay, that does save us a ton of damage there at least. Is that? We could just do 2 defense there. A little bit of dexterity or something would be nice. Don't have that. Oh, that actually is good for once, right? Interesting. Now we want to be able to kill. That's countering our draws. The problem, but we do have just the thing, I believe. Okay. Now went better than what I expected. We were able to go through his artifact charges quickly. That did make a difference. Seeking Edge. We are going to fight the door. There is no need. Okay. No need to increase the risk here. Why am I drawing this Big Bang every single time, man? It's getting a little bit unreal here. Some damage at the very least. So he steals my stats. Okay. Do I want to do anything here? I don't like it, but I'll do it, I think. Okay. So, I could just get that played. Okay. No need. Upgraded common attack. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. I don't think these help. So I basically lost a potion for free. Thank you, game. Well, I mean, I guess I did get it back. 123 HP should set matters straight. None of these is good. I don't like any of them. So this is very insane. This also is pretty good. Wow. This potion, man. All three are very good. Curse. So the glove is basically the same as the venerate, right? Doesn't draw. Yes. Oh, I can't draw. So does it allow me to draw at the beginning of my turn? It actually does. So it prevents the immediate draw, but we are allowed to do the draw that comes later on. Okay. Defend probably. So I wanna hit 13. So I want to hit the boss in its vulnerable form, but that's not going to be very easy. 8 plus 16. That's actually not 16, but 19, right? Thanks to the miniature cannon. So that's 27. That's 40. Okay. I can get it done in some shape or form. So guys, my hope is to play the falling star and then the celestial might on the boss, right? Which is what I'm hoping for. Okay, this is going to be very tiresome because I will be wasting my potion for a single damage. But we are gonna deal a ton of damage, so I think this is worth it. 84 to start with. I think it's a good start. Wow, that does work, eh? Interesting. Oh, 31 is decent, for sure. Do I want to copy the panic button? I think I do, actually. Also, I should have done this order. So I thought, I would be able to do enough with okay. So he's never multi-hitting, is he? So what do I want to convert into? Do I even want to do that? These don't give me any block, do they? We are getting kind of stuck on the stars at this point. Maybe rid of them. Okay. Do I want to get rid of that Sovereign Blade? It's not the best card there is it? Okay. I mean, it's never multi-hitting. That's a little bit interesting. Never multi-hitting is a little bit interesting. That's hitting 0 is nice. And when I say nice, I actually don't mean nice. Okay. So there is that, which is good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, our star generation is a problem, right? Hmm. No, are we really losing this? I can't really comprehend the situation, but it does look like we are not really in a great position here. Okay, charge. Maybe actually that was a mistake. Okay, we are taking tons and tons of damage. Beautiful. Always nice to have. Debris or hmm. Yeah, I mean, I am having problems with inflicting the damage there. Heirloom hammer. Collision course? I'm not sure at this point. Cloak. Yeah, taking billions of damage. So weird. Oh, I can't draw. Keep forgetting about that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. These draws are getting, you know, really unreal here. Defend and the impatience, maybe not the debris, obviously, and the impatience, considering it does literal nothing. Okay. So 50. If I do the cosmic indifference on the funnily enough, that's not lethal. And I think we are dying actually. Oh. Oh. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh, this round was lost. This round was and is and how? Wow. Wow. The amount of floors I had to skip. And funny thing, guys, funny thing. Do you recall that I lost the potion shaped rock just one floor before because it offered me a garbage upgraded common attack, right, which was absolutely useless. No, it is also a little bit on me. I thought the Monarch's Gaze would help me, but for some reason he just kept attacking me for 50 million damage every single time. Very little in the way of multiple attacks. Yeah, that was insane. That was absolutely insane. 123 HP, 6 potions, can't kill the door guy. Yeah, I mean, I am suffering very much in that regard. Okay, sure. Yes. And God forbid you give me playable card rewards, right? 3 unupgraded commons, 3 unupgraded commons, 3 unupgraded commons, and more 3 unupgraded commons, one after the other, right? Back to back, repeatedly. Skip, skip, skip. That's what I could do. Insane, man. But if I had picked any other power, we would have won. Yeah. There is also that. Okay. That fiddle gave us a huge trouble. Yeah. Yeah. It was really insane. It was absolutely insane. Also, as I said, I misplayed quite a bit, I think. And of course, I'm not worthy of playing the beautiful live beta branch. That's also causing a problem. I would have won because, many of the cards in there were buffed. Yeah. But of course, as I said, I'm not worthy. Okay. Okay, that was extremely nice. Yeah. Sorry, not that one, please. 123 HP, eh? And amount nothing. Beautiful. What kind of a start is this? What is this event, man? 3 max HP upgrade a random card. I'll just heal. Okay. Okay, 18. Whoa. Okay, yeah, that's what I should have picked last time. We don't really. I'm gonna go for it still. This is awful. It's not very good, but better start, obviously. Okay. Okay, we are taking a ton of damage. Would have been nice if we actually had gotten Venerate somewhere. Okay, we are taking a ton of damage again. Big surprise. I am taking a ton of damage again. I can't roll the Venerate. Okay. Oh, thank you, buddy. Okay, I will waste the potion for 1 damage. Literal 1 damage. That's very nice. I potion for being able to inflict a single piece of damage. 1. Okay. So guess what? I am taking damage. Because that's what I draw. Right? And I'm almost dead. I'm 1 HP. Thank you for not killing me there. It's extremely generous of you to not having me killed there. Very nice. That was a generous that I have never seen in my life before. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. Perfectly fair. Perfect normal draw. 4 at the same time. I didn't die. Very interesting. Hey, Reza, thank you. So that does synergize with the black hole, I guess. I guess we kind of want the max HP here. Perdones. Do we synergize? And yeah, somewhat saved. I'm gonna go here now. Okay, I'll go for the elite. I think we have 2 potions, kind of. Okay, now I want to do this as well. Okay, 39. Yeah, sadly it was 2 potions, but at least we got the kill. Do I have a pattern in my deck? I do, right? Vigor. What does it synergize with? Not really much. Feels like skipping is not really a very good call so early on, but okay. Let's do the Regal Pillar shenanigans. Wasting energy is so sad. 9. Oh, I actually didn't mean to do that. Okay, so yeah, that misclick costed me a lot of life. That was, of course, extremely good. Yeah, maybe I should, just stop here. This is extremely toxic for me. Okay, maybe it's the AoE fight. No, it's of course the wrong one. Big surprise. Let's see if you can manage. Okay, another mistake. Hmm. I don't know how I'm really profiting by these, but let's see if we die or not. Okay, so that is an free defense. Really? I actually killed me here? No, hasn't. Ah, insane. Okay, sure. Try this. 20. Why are you doing so much damage, but calm down? 22. Uh, yeah, and he will keep dealing more damage, I think.